Hey y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see, what's today? What's today? Monday. Today's Monday, August 18th. Woo! Fresh face, dry face, plain face, whatever. My face. Anywho, how y'all doing? How was your weekend? How was you guys' weekend? I hope y'all got a chance to do some stuff you wanted to do. Or got some rest. Hopefully that's something you also want to do because that's something that's important. So I have been gone for a week, y'all. Oh my God. It just feels like, I'm glad y'all picked up the phone today. But yeah, I had to take me a little minute. So let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, which is what happened down to the domestic terrorism on a government entity. So yes, that happened, and as a result, I'm like, I'm gonna need some space away from that place. So I'm at the house working, which is where I will be coming to you from and working until said time that I don't know. We'll see. And so anyway, I realized, even with all that went on, peace is an inside job, and so it's still my responsibility to not let the fact that the devil is busy be the reason that I stop what I'm trying to do or what I'm doing, okay? And my suggestion is the same for you guys as well. We can't let nothing stop us, anything stop us. We have to be trying to continue to push forward, but I did need a little bit of a break. But the bottom line is the man came. He let off 500 shots, about 150 or more hit the windows. Anything I'm saying is something that's public knowledge. And a police officer came on the scene, and it was almost like he didn't even realize what was going on. Apparently, a lot of people were just confused, like, what's happening? Police officer comes on the scene, he's immediately down, and so that's unfortunate because he was the first person that responded, and by the time they caught up with him, he was on the second floor of the CVS, and it ended at that point. But that was still scary. You know what I mean? There was a daycare right there. There's a daycare right there on campus. Kids trying to figure out what's going on, but the adults, of course, trying to get the kids to safety and things like that. So, luckily it ended with the man not here anymore, but unfortunately that could cause other people to have ideas in their head that are not okay. And even though I don't work at that location, it doesn't change the fact that any location can now be preyed upon. But anyway, speaking of praying, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my break as needed from the actual scene. And that's that. That's just the end of that. So, but yeah. So, another thing the regime is doing, I've talked to several people, especially my married friends, about this before, but now this is what's being brought to the table. The idea of the 19th Amendment being taken away, which is the women's right to vote. Now, one way they're going to try to do that is what they call the SAVE Act. And if your name does not match your birth certificate, your ID, or anything that you carry around currently, your current ID, if that doesn't match what's on your birth certificate, you will not be able to fully identify yourself, and therefore you will not be able to vote as a woman. Further, if you're married, then you will get one vote as a household. That's the plan. That's the plan they're trying to hurry up and put in place. Figure out a way to run the amendment, a way to 19th Amendment, and to put women back in a bind. The only option that we have, the ladies have, and now this would even go to, like, let's say an adopted child. Let's say you adopt a child and their birth certificate says whatever, but you give the child your last name. That's fine. But when it's time for that child to vote, their name is not going to match either, their birth certificate. That's if this idea not only gets implemented, but then goes on for years. You know what I mean? So, That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. If you end up, remarried or something like that, you change your children's name, it's just bad all around. It's bad all around because the one document you can't change is the birth certificate. So that means all of your current documentations or IDs need to match the name there. That's going to be the key. If it doesn't match, they may try to give you a problem. Even in 2026, because as we know, they're trying to implement these things down. But I'm just putting y'all on because stuff like this is really concerning to me. And I would rather be one of the people who's ringing the alarm to say, listen, when the time comes, that's it. Okay? Now, I do have to be at work in approximately 3 minutes, but I'm going to say what I have to say, and then I'm going to be on. I'm going to still log on since I am sitting right here. But like I said again, peace is an inside job. And so we are each responsible to ensure that we bring that to ourselves before we worried about bringing anybody else peace for any other reason. I mean, peace is not something you could bring to anybody, regardless of what's being said. You cannot bring anybody peace. It is literally an inside job. So if you don't do it, it will not get done. There's nobody that can bring you peace. Okay? Don't let anybody fool you under any circumstance. Peace is not something that you carry around and break little pieces off and share with people. That's not how that works. That's never how that worked. But anywho, so let's talk about some my favorite topics, which is the mess that goes on in the blogs. Oh my goodness. First of all, who should we talk about first? Let's deal with something quick, okay? Something really quick, which is gonna be, I'm gonna address this couple again, Manitee and Yandi, and now you got Sierra from Love and Hip Hop saying that she witnessed Manitee all around town with a girl named Angie. Meanwhile, Yandy's allegedly having a emotional affair. Yandi, I'm going to say it again. Manitee is waiting for you to break up the relationship. He don't want to do the dirty work. People got major problems with being the person who gets their hands dirty. People really have a problem with that. But I'll say it again. Peace is an inside job. There is no way that if Yandi does this, that he just walks away free with his conscience. No. Some people are major saboteurs, and they will do any and everything to make you make a decision. There's no reason to wait for that. There's no reason to wait. Okay? As soon as the disrespect starts and you see there's no end in sight, hot potato, baby. Nobody likes to hold them or touch them. No. Drop. Okay? So, like I said, if Yandi knew like I knew, she'd do herself a favor. And the biggest thing Manitee is asking for is for her to... He can't believe she won't leave. He's like, everything that I do. He's thinking... It's just like Kirk and Rashida. It's nothing. The self-esteem is so low for these ladies that is nothing these niggas could do that's going to make them choose themselves. And it's just sad. It's just sad. But that's just the reality. But yeah, when you come... So now when we talk about Kirk and Rashida... So now your son, okay, so basically, Kirk got another son, or whatever, older son, who's dating, no, some rapper. There we go. Some rapper was dating Kirk's older daughter. He beats her up, apparently he be putting his hands on her. He beats her up, she calls her brothers, he ends up dead. She claims, she gets on the internet and claims she didn't call her brothers to say blah, blah, blah. Well, then how they know you out here getting your behind beat? I mean, granted, you don't want to be the one saying, like, you gave an order. You can't give an order. From what I hear, they try to confront the boyfriend / rapper / domestic violence abuser. They confronted him, and then he proceeded to beat the brother up. Also known as Rashida's son, Rashida and Kirk's son, Kai. So Kirk's oldest daughter calls Kirk and Rashida's son, her brother, to beat up her or to tell on her boyfriend. He goes to confront the boyfriend. Him and the boyfriend get into it. He gets beat up by the boyfriend and then shoots the boyfriend. Allegedly. Allegedly. Kirk and Rashida didn't need another topic. The topic of their love is enough drama for a lifetime. It's been a lifetime of drama. Ever since we got introduced to them, we found out about the sadness of it all. And now you have to add in that my daughter, our son, got your daughter's man shot. Granted, the person who shot is not in y'all family, but now y'all son gotta go down. Now y'all gotta worry about a crime being introduced into the middle of the already domestic crime of Kirk and Rashida. What they got going on is already a crime. Matter of fact, both of them need to go to jail. Damn the son. Both of them need to go to jail because it's like, what? So yeah, Kirk and Rashida Son wildin'. How you gonna start a fight that you gotta end with a bullet? That's not how fighting's supposed to work. But all that confrontation is completely unnecessary. You should have been trying to figure a way to get your sister out the situation and put it in her head. But more importantly, why she ain't call her father? Kirk surely knows some goons. That's not his son. I digress. But another sad breakup is gonna be Cash Doll and her guy, Zadarius. I hate when niggas' names got like a prefix. Darius would have been fine. Tradarius, Shadarius, Ladarius. It's too much. But anyway, so they're broken up allegedly because he wants her to look more natural. He wants her to take her weave out and the lashes off. And she said, "Sir, get your shit." The answer to that is no. You met me with my weave on and my eyelashes on. Now you coming in my life and telling me I need to take them off? No. Why, so you could cheat on me with somebody that look just like that? No. She should not be making this type of change for any reason other than herself. No. So yeah, we gotta break. If it's that serious to you, sir, then yes, we have to break up. Because my everyday look and how I present myself has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody except me. It shouldn't. You know what I mean? It's not like she's out here wearing bikinis and he's asking her to cover up. He's telling her he want her to stop wearing her. She should wear her natural hair. And no. You should have approached somebody with their natural hair and no lashes on. Because no matter how many men claim that that's what they like, that's not what they out here approaching. And no, that's not who you out here cheating with either. No. I suggest men who have problems with these things, let it go. This is not a fight that is worth any part of your energy. That fight is not worth the energy. How a person presents themselves is bogus for you to try to come in and change because you met me like this. You met me doing what I do. And you thinking you gonna come in here and make that kind of change. It's like, that's not leadership. That's not submission. That's a grown person trying to tell another grown person what to do and how to look. And it's like, ain't nobody telling you to take them childish ass braids out your hair. We letting you rock out with that. Even though it's giving, hated it. Don't nobody want to see that. But we letting that rock. So, at the end of the day, yeah, you got your black hat? Okay, go ahead and get it. And then go ahead outside. But yeah, so Sophia about to go get on the bus or whatever. Her bus come back a little bit after 8. So that's that. I said, let me get up here and let y'all know that I'm okay. You know, everything's all right, but I am going to be coming to you from the comfort of my home for a couple of these sessions until they figure out. I don't have to figure out anything. All right, kissy.
Can I say hi?
Sure. Just 1 second.
Hi.
All right, go ahead. But yeah, so one last couple I need to, ex couple I need to address is David Justice and Halle Berry. Sir, okay, first of all, have a seat. Okay, he was already sitting when he said this, but that is not the point. The point is, he gonna get on national TV talking about at the time when we were together, he didn't find her to be motherly and a woman that cooks and cleans. This is the problem with y'all thinking that tradition, you can't find none of this in a book nowhere. Well, not the good holy book that y'all like to, use to govern your behavior. But again, like I said, the holy book was written by men for men. Not a peek from a woman in sight. Whatever. Halle Berry cooking and cleaning is like, sir, enough, okay? Enough with the cooking and cleaning. Sir, let me tell you what's not going to happen. At no point will I be trading in being a maid for room and board. That's not happening, okay? Oh, it's not happening. My payment for being able to live in this house with you is I got to cook and clean it. I don't see what I'm getting out of this when I could just provide my own food and shelter. I am not getting ready to be an indigent servant for room and board. No. When you provide your own room and board, everybody else could kick rocks. Everybody with their own place knows that. Because those are your biggest and most expensive bills, right? If you paying them, it's like everybody else could go straight to hell because I got to go to work. I got to find a way to keep paying this. And trust me, I don't want to trade in me going to work and paying for it for somebody else to pay for it just so they could tell me what to do. Excuse me. So they think they can tell me what to do because I don't listen to anybody. Okay? And everybody knows that. And that's my suggestion for you guys too. Only listen to yourself or listen to people who have proof and receipts of the shit you talking about. If they ain't got no proof and no receipts, there's no reason. But anywho, I'm about to go because it's 10 after, and plus I gotta watch my baby, make sure she get on that bus. Anywho, y'all have a good day today. Okay, I will do the same. Like I said already, do not let anybody piss you off. Try not to engage. It's completely pointless unless you have to. And if you do have to, then handle your business. Like I said, especially at work, pull them to the side and then be done with it. Besides that, it ain't gonna be worth it. It is not gonna be worth it. And that's what's gonna, agitate the situation even more when it ain't worth it. When you show it ain't worth it, but it's not. It's not. So y'all take care. Y'all be easy. I will do the same, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay. Hopefully, I could put a little bit something on my eyes, but, my face still decently clear. All right, I'm not complaining. Neither is anybody else. Anyway, bye, y'all. Have a good one.